You're listening to The Forgotten Faction, brought to you by Dads of Destiny Westside. Visit us at dodwestside.com or follow us on Twitter at dodwestside. All right, guys. So I hope you all had a good week. I know I did. It was a good week. So what are we going to talk about here? I mean, we're going to start off with the TWAB, but anything before that, before we get diving deep into that really short update, was there anything else we wanted to bring up? Anything fun that y'all tried out this week? Maybe something new you did in Destiny that you hadn't done before?
I tried not playing it for a week. That was fun. I chased real life stuff. No, I don't know.
Yeah, pretty much. I got some adulting done.
Hey, me too. I ordered stuff off of Amazon.
Hey, there you go.
No,
Not
kids
IKEA.
do that.
Kids do that.
You know, real man shopping, Zach.
Hey, man, I have been to Lowe's and Home Depot far more times than I'd like to admit for this week. It's been
Any
amazing.
IKEA?
The fact that you had to go more than once is a problem.
Exactly. I have been to Lowe's or Home Depot every day this week. Granted, half of that was for work, but still.
Maybe if you had gone to IKEA, you would have known your way around the place.
And he would have gotten a free coffee to boot.
And some Swedish meatballs.
Yes.
In his mouth.
Whoa.
What? The meatballs, they go in your mouth. I mean, come on.
I know. Come on. All right.
No, they're going.
You're the perverts that took it wrong.
You take it wrong.
Only on Tuesdays.
So anyway.
Yeah.
So anyways, yesterday we were treated to a very nice stream. Courtesy
we all watched
of Bungie, and I wasn't able to watch it live. Well, I mean, I tuned in for like the last 10 minutes, but I went back and rewatched it, and I thought it was pretty interesting. So let's discuss. Spoiler alert: there's going to be a few spoilers in here. Let's discuss this for a few minutes. What did you guys see in there that you liked and that you didn't like?
Well, I mean, it wasn't designed to give us too much.
But there were a few things that I think were interesting. They're not really giving us new and old Vex. I mean, they're giving us technically new and old Vex, but we saw them already.
I was going to say...
We saw them already. Those were already in the Black Garden. I called it weeks ago. I said they're just going to give us the versions from the Black Garden.
And new...
You mean from the vault?
Okay, from the vault. Whatever. They were in the Black Garden before we went in the vault, and I only did Vaulted Glass 6 times, so I don't know what I'm doing.
And
they
3 times.
And they did say we were going to get some new enemies, whether it's a new version of the Vex or a completely new thing. We don't know yet.
Did you see the new versions of the Descendant Harpies? Like, who designed that?
I don't think I caught that, actually.
Oh, dude, they were like leaves. They were like a 3-leaf clover looking kind of thing. Like they're instead of like the sharpness like normal harpies are. Like they were like leaves, like really like circular, and like it was really dumb looking. I was like, who designed this?
Harpies?
Yeah, it was really dumb looking. I was like, who did this?
Whole bunch of Egyptian themed stuff.
Well, whoever designed those. Well, whoever designed those are probably the same guy who designed Season 2 Ghosts. Because those are really ugly too.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. There's one or two that pique my interest, but just because there's something new.
One of them looks like a Pokeball.
I like the old
catch them
design.
all.
Ghost, I choose you.
Oh God.
But anyways, so I don't know. There were some interesting things in there. I was interested in the fact that, again, maybe I just don't know the lore well enough. Osiris is basically stopping time. Am I seeing that right in this?
He's
No,
in the
my
simulation.
God.
Okay.
Okay, you never say the word lore and speak again.
I know. I
Okay.
don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, no.
I don't know what I'm doing. This is
just
why
put
I'm
your-
asking you guys what the hell is going on.
So
Just
essentially,
put yourself on mute for like 20 minutes and listen.
okay. So essentially, he's in
Listen
a
now.
I'm listening.
You're
I will
just the
ask questions as I feel needed.
he's in a
because I'm
simu-
dumb.
he's in a simulation. Think of it as the Matrix. He actually went into the Vex network and is able to manipulate certain aspects of it. We have no idea how much he is able to manipulate.
Okay, because he's getting shot at in the simulation, which
because-
is why I was assuming he was like stopping time or something.
Because he
No.
was able to control it, and then he wasn't because the Vex were able to sense his light and
Yeah.
essentially gain control back over.
Mm.
And Zach, do you know why, or at least why the proposed idea why they can see his light is?
I do not.
Because when the idea, the popular theory is when the traveler, spoiler alert, when the traveler at the end of the campaign of Destiny 2's vanilla, when the traveler explodes its light throughout the entire system and beyond, it crosses first over Mercury, and the Vex were banking that this entire series of events would happen so that they could gain knowledge and finally be able to simulate the light, which is something they've never been able to simulate before. And therefore, once they've gained the knowledge and how to simulate the light, therefore they can recognize it within their simulations, thus meaning that, you know, Osiris, who's been traveling through their simulations to find the thing that, you know, they're also looking for as well before they find it, all of a sudden they can sense him in their simulation, and now they can come after him at all corners.
He essentially becomes no longer a hidden code inside a database.
Correct.
Okay, so essentially, what the Traveler did screwed Osiris.
Sort of.
No,
but
what we did, it's our fault.
Okay,
Yeah, and the
so
and
we
the Vex
screwed
somehow,
Osiris
yeah,
It's
the
our
Vex
fault.
somehow banked on it all happening.
because they saw it in their simulation
Exactly, because what was
in
like
the Infinite Forest.
everything. Well, yeah, but everything that led up until then, including the Red War and all that, like they saw that coming, and they knew what was going to happen once we, you know, freed the Traveler from its confines, or at least, you know, once Gaul pissed it off.
Interesting. This is so interesting. Why don't they just put this in the game?
Because that's what My Name is Byth is for.
And it's, you know, the expansion that hadn't come out yet, Zach.
That's. I guess I'm gonna have to go actually play the story missions.
Oh my
It'd be
god.
nice if we could play them more than once
You can.
without
Well,
having to go back and pick them up for my Cora.
Yeah, there's only so much lore in Supremacy of Zack.
How many characters do you have, Zach?
I have 3.
Have they all finished the story?
I don't think I've quite finished it yet on my Titan.
Did you pay
Got
attention?
like 3/4 of the way.
No,
through.
he didn't pay attention. He was trying to blow through it so he could play PvP.
Like, did you
Yeah.
play on mute?
That's what I'm
What?
supposed to do.
I'd say go back
I'm
to
usually just
D1
chatting with
and
somebody
and
else.
I'd say go back and read your grimoire from D1, but you probably didn't earn enough to be able to understand it. So
I don't
go
know.
to
What was
Reddit.
your grimoire score?
Go to
I was
ishtarcollective.net.
I was whatever grimoire score that the lighthouse gave you. That's how much I was missing.
I think same here.
That's a little too much. Well, not too much. It's just more than I did. I think I broke 5,000, but put it that way. So I played plenty.
5,000 is what?
Well,
The
just
ghosts
go to
in
just go to
private
Reddit.
matches?
Just go to Reddit and search grimoire book, and
Okay,
you'll
okay.
find all the grimoire
I'll-
from
this is
D1.
fine.
And just
when I have the
spend an
time to sit
evening
down and
reading it.
read something,
Yes, we're going to
like,
call it
on top of
homework.
the other things I have to do.
We're going to call
Uh,
it homework for you. You have
okay.
officially gotten homework.
All right. So he's in a simulation. He gets spotted,
Mhm.
and then they can see the ghost. So he kicks the ghost out of the simulation.
Well,
No, they
you-
can
no,
see
no,
him.
no. Yeah, they see him, and so therefore, in
Because
order,
didn't he say? Did he say to the ghost, "They can see your light"?
something like that?
I think he
Because
said to the
the
ghost, "They
ghost
can
is
see
the
your
ghost
light."
is the ghost is imbued with light.
Right. So he kicks
So-
him. Or kicks her.
Well, not only that, but what if he probably did it as a way that we could? He banked on us finding him eventually. So the only way that we'd be able to find him is with his ghost. I think he thought that out.
You have to remember that ghosts record everything that you do.
Yeah, he kicked her out so that she could tell other people what he's been doing all this time. He kicked her out so that she could tell the story of what he's been doing all this time, so that we can help him, because he knew that he may not make it out of there alive. So somebody needs to go continue finding what he's been looking for.
My assumption is that Segura is going to go to Ikora.
But yeah, we've already seen Segura sitting at her little area in one of the videos.
So
question. Okay,
hold on. Her hidden finds Segura and bring it to her, and that's why she comes to us.
Yeah.
Got it. So question. Maybe I'm just really dumb. Do the Vex have the ability to control time?
Oh my!
In some aspect.
Yes.
Okay. So hear
Do
me out.
you even?
This is no. Back up like 10 steps here. Back up. Just listen.
Oh my god.
Okay. Listening.
Okay. Vex have that ability. I was making the assumption here when I saw this the first time that Osiris had gained that ability and was, in theory, stronger than the Vex were at doing it, which is why he was able to stop time right there and walk through things. Okay, just hear my train of thought. Okay, and then for whatever reason, the Vex, figured it out and moved it along. Granted, you guys said it's a simulation because he's in the Infinite Forest. I get that now. I understand, but I just wanted you to see where my thought process was coming from. And when I saw Curse of Osiris coming, I was thinking that Osiris had been traveling through time, trying to, find a way to defeat the Vex, and was going to show up at just the right time to help us defeat them.
I'll give you credit, Zack. The only timeline, or the only time you could have assumed that was before the stream.
Yeah.
Because after we saw the first that first cutscene from the stream, that debunked what you thought. But I give you credit. You could have
didn't for me because I thought they were time. I thought he was time traveling, not in the Infinite Forest.
Before the stream, it was a very common theory that he had figured out how to use the Vex gates to travel through time. Now we know that he's not been doing that. He has essentially just been sitting in a simulation all this time, or popping in and out of a simulation this whole entire time.
But then there was the Battle of 6 Points and how he was in multiple places at once, but that's another thing.
That is, I'm assuming, some different version of the light. Or it's
Perhaps.
or it's an after image because he burns so brightly when he's in radiance.
True. Everyone's like, huh?
Okay. So again, beyond what I understand about the lore.
Zack, radiance is when the warlock.
I get shut. You know what? Moving on. Anyways, so with that first video, I thought I did not realize that was
a simulation.
A simulation. I just didn't put 2 and 2 together with that. And again, because I wasn't assuming that's what was going on. Just my fault for not putting it together.
No, it's okay.
So moving on. What did you guys think about what you saw there? Do you like that storyline?
I do.
I like the storyline. I'm not a big fan that they turned him into a Dawn Blade.
Well, I mean, he's a warlock. He could probably be any one of the three. And God knows what he is now because he saw the gloves he was wearing. They're a different version of the sun bracers that have radioloria in them.
Mm-hmm. I think that's good.
Radioloria is
Please explain. I don't know.
It's Vex juice. It's their mind fluid.
Okay.
So
Vex milk. Got it.
Somehow he's using Vex milk in the tech that he wears or shoots, and anyway.
That leads us to the forging of the weapons, though, too, because if we're going to be using Vex-enhanced weapons, I can't wait.
You think we'll use some radioloria in our weapons?
I think so. I think we're going to also see it in some of our armor, too.
Okay.
And
I mean, if we saw the sun bracers.
I'm hoping they bring back the Mythoclast.
Oh my gosh!
So I really don't think that they will.
I mean, I doubt it, but part of me sitting here looking at that weapon forge circle, and there's 5, 6,
12.
There's 12 of them. If you do all 12, you get a mythic class.
Or the ability to forge one.
Or forge a mythic
Or
class.
you get the new spider bot grenade launcher.
Yeah, that looks amazing. That's
my
a grenade
God.
launcher I want. Zach, did
Please
you see that?
No? Where was that?
Okay.
Uh,
It's in the trailer, and some of the people that got to go to the Bungie studios and play the game in advance stumbled upon this exotic in the game what they played. And so what it is, it's a grenade launcher just like any other grenade launcher. But say you miss your shot and it hits the ground, it crawls across the ground searching for a target like a little critter. In fact,
Oh my god.
it's like a little critter with a bomb on its back.
Okay. So it's like the Advanced Warfare spider grenades.
Yeah.
But you shoot them out of a grenade launcher.
Exactly.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm not a 12-year-old boy who played COD.
Oh my gosh. Will you just leave it alone, dude?
No.
Never.
Oh my gosh.
Never.
So I played years and years of Modern Warfare, particularly a lot of time on Modern Warfare 2 and 3. Wasn't really a big fan of it since then. But
I enjoy my games with a story and not just mindless violence.
I'm a PvP guy. That's the thing.
I'll be
I
honest,
like
when
the
you
challenge of
related,
PvP.
I'll be honest, when you just related to COD and I said, yeah, it's like that, I agreed. I have no clue. I don't play it.
I'm assuming there's a spider grenade.
Yeah, there's a
So
spider
that's gonna-
grenade. That's the same thing. It's just a little robot with a grenade on it, and you just throw it at people, and it'll crawl up on them. Yeah, same principle. But you can shoot them. If you see them coming, you can shoot them before they get to you. It'd be interesting to see if you could do that with the grenade launcher.
Yeah, there might even be a poison effect too, because when it actually hits people from crawling across the ground, we saw that they get launched into the air, and there's kind of like a little green contrail because it's a
Yeah.
device weapon. So
Interesting.
anyway, what were we on?
We were just talking about the lighthouse and the weapon wheel we saw and possibilities around that. But what did you guys think of the lighthouse?
Looks
Beautiful.
pretty cool.
Have you all? Well, System hasn't been there. Has everybody else been there?
Through YouTube.
Through
Yeah,
YouTube.
Through YouTube.
Okay, so I'm the only one who's actually been to the lighthouse.
All I'm going to say is I'm going to give you credit where credit is due. You called it with the chimes in the tower.
I like the chimes. I'm just used to hearing them all the time. I walked in, I was like, what?
But the fact that they are
What
around
is
the speaker's quarters,
Oh,
I think you might be right where that's where Osiris is going to post up at the end of this
Frickin' Beach
expansion.
hinted right at it at the beginning of the frickin' stream.
Yeah.
He
Although-
was like, oh, we've hinted at this in other places, and that was on purpose. He literally said that on the stream. It's like having the different things from the lighthouse in other places was on purpose. I was like, go ahead.
I have a few issues with Deej from that stream.
What the hat?
I'm not talking about his outfit. I'm talking about when he was talking about how Osiris was like the commander of the Vanguard. Does he not know his own story? Like he wasn't like the commander. He legitimately was the Vanguard commander.
Okay, semantics. You got okay.
Can I kind of derail us, but on the same vein of like what we're talking about? So
Go ahead.
another thing is, and spoiler alert for anyone who didn't watch this on any YouTube channel, but I've seen playthrough of the first mission, and the
From Mesa Sean.
vocal, from Mesa Sean, and the vocal at the end that really got me interested was when I wasn't watching, I was listening, I was driving, but there was a point where I believe it's Brother Vance or someone else said that now that we have Osiris's ghost, we need to reawaken her. Here are some coordinates on Earth to a hidden temple that we have on Earth. You need to go there and try and reawaken her. And I'm excited about that because they mentioned we're going to Earth and there's a hidden temple on Earth. Yes. Amazing.
Where is it and why have we not seen it yet?
But we get to go to Earth. Oh my God, it's going to be so cool.
Well, yeah, they said we'll go to multiple destinations other than Mercury. We'll go to Earth. I'm sure we'll go to the other planets, whatever they're called, I forget, Titan and Io.
I just got super excited about it when they said we're
Maybe-
going to Earth.
Is that just going to be going to find a shard of the Traveler to
Why
light the
would
ghost
we?
back up?
Why would we?
Mhm.
No, probably not. More.
Yeah.
There'll be more than that.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh
I
wait,
don't know.
never mind. We totally can go to Earth right now. I'm stupid. I'm like, we.
I want to know.
Yeah.
You're thinking
why-
old Russia.
Yeah, I was thinking old Russia. That's what
Yeah,
popped in
because
my
there were
head.
a lot of rumors that maybe we might go back to old Russia.
I want to know why Saladin hates Osiris.
It's a good question that I don't know the answer to because I don't
I
know
just
much
want
about the
well because like when you're in
Because
Iron
he's
Banner,
he's the reason we almost had the faction wars. That's why.
well, Saladin needs to grow up.
No, it could have destroyed them, and the way they do things now,
Mhm.
it could have destroyed everything,
I guess.
and it would have been an inter-species war amongst ourselves, and they don't want that.
The
So
other
they
thing
kicked him out.
that's fine. The other thing that I noticed is a lot of the color scheme besides the Egyptian stuff is a lot of green. Like that new rocket launcher, or that new grenade launcher is green.
Well,
There was
that's
a-
well,
Well, yeah,
that's
it's
the
Viced.
Yeah.
Viced is very green.
Yeah.
But I'm also wondering if that's a hint to the Concordat.
No, just
Viced.
leave the Concordat out of it. Just knock it off. It's Viced. They're a weapon foundry. They have a lot of green and black.
Yeah, just like Omelan is primarily like a blue.
Get
I
off
can
the
hope.
Kool-Aid a little bit and come back to
I
reality.
actually understood that conversation just now. I love this.
You did. Well, yeah, because is it because of Bannerfall?
Well, there was the whole thing with the sparrow and all that, so I learned a little bit about the Concordat at that point.
Jesus.
And then,
Christ.
yeah.
Do you know
And
who the
then I know
leader of the
Vice Weapons
Concordat
because
is?
I really Lysander.
Ooh.
Oh, he
Oh,
pulled that
shit.
one out of his fucking ass.
I remember hearing about Lysander when it came to that.
That
But I
was
think
just a quick Google search.
Yeah.
It was not. I think wasn't Lysander was like the name of the sparrow or something on that, wasn't it?
Lysander's
my
cry.
Yeah, there you go. So there, that's why I know. And then yeah. Anyways, moving on. Anything else you guys liked or didn't like about the stream? Things they showed, things they didn't.
Let's talk about new raid activity. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could talk new raid activity.
Well,
What do you
so
care?
it's-
You're not going to do it.
Well, it's basically Crota. I might have a chance.
what?
No.
It's basically Crota.
It's a really
That-
short
no,
raid.
no. That's the quote. It's basically Crota.
Where did you get that? It's a short raid.
That's what they literally
No, no,
said.
no.
If you don't have
Yeah, he
time to
did-
do a full raid, you'll just do the lair.
They said it's fully fleshed out with with raid encounters and bosses and a
Yeah.
final boss. It's going to be shorter than the Leviathan raid, but it's still going to be challenging, if not more challenging, than the Leviathan raid, and you will die a lot. That's what they said.
Yeah, it's going to be
It's-
shorter
it's
in the
just a joke.
context of it's going to be shorter in the context of once people figure it out.
Right. But so again, joking aside here, it's basically what Crota was for, Dark Below being first DLC was we had this first really big raid, and then the second DLC we got had a much smaller raid. Granted, I don't know how much smaller, but
It
principle.
is the first time they're introducing new raid content to a pre-existing raid, and then
That is new.
they said that in the expansion or the third expansion they're going to even go
We're gonna get
further.
another layer.
So we're gonna by the third expansion we're gonna know the ins and outs and like of the schematics of this ship.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I like that they can keep it within the same place and the same kind of general theme, but create new challenges within it.
I'm hoping it ends though at the second expansion.
No,
Yeah, I can
it's
see-
not.
but-
What the Leviathan part?
Yes.
No,
Yes, I'm hoping.
they said in the third expansion there's going to be another raid activity or raid layer on the Leviathan.
Yeah, no, we're gonna get it for Curse of Osiris, and then whatever the
Something to do with Anna Bray.
yeah. Wherever.
That's if it's actually Anabray or not.
Well, it's the Warmind expansion. Once we get after the Warmind expansion, though, I hope it's something new.
Now, do you think this raid lair is going to be Cabal themed still, even though
Yes.
the top was?
For
It's
the
either
most part, yes.
It's going to be Cabal themed, but I think we're going to get to see some of his shadows.
Okay. Yeah, the things that you could find on that one mission. Or the last mission.
I think we'll see new species, technically, of enemies, and probably some old ones that actually joined him. But it's still going to be Cabal.
See, I don't think we're just going to see Cabal, but I don't think we'll see a new species either. I think we're going to encounter the Hive.
Really?
That's just my guess because of the whole that whole backstory with Callus and how we believe he's actually either involved with the Hive at some level, or he's not Callus at all, and that's in fact what's her name?
Savathun.
Yeah, Savathun.
If that's the case, I'll be very excited. But I think that's something they'll save for the War.
They're not going to give. Yeah, they're not going to give us Savathun, but they might give us some. I don't know.
But we know it's him because in the book for your collector's edition or whatever, we know he got to the very edge of space and found something, and it enlightened him so much that by that time his ship had broken down enough that he was able to turn it around and pilot it back towards us.
But when was that? The thing he found was Savathun.
I doubt that, because if it was outside of the edge of space, I don't think that was Savathun. That's some other being, and maybe that's whatever created the Traveler.
Whatever the fifth race is.
And to be honest, I haven't really been listening to like the entire raid layer conversation because I'm being distracted by chat. Thank you, Raven. Appreciate that, dude. But like raid layers, I think will be fun because they're shorter, they'll be faster. Oh my god, damn. They'll be shorter, and you'll be able to do it quicker, so it'll be nicer, especially for people like in our clan who are dads who don't have a lot of time. So they'll be able to get end game rewards without having to spend an hour to 2 hours in it. They could spend half hour, 45 minutes in it at most. I would think that's about what it'll take.
That's what you hope it'll take, but they did say you'll die a lot.
3 encounters.
Well, I'm pretty sure that
he's. Do you think it's going to be mechanic heavy, or do you think it's going to be?
No, they mentioned that it will still be mechanic heavy, and I think the whole mentioning dying a lot part, because he mentioned that about the normal raid too. I think he's still talking about the casual community, and so for people like us who understand the mechanics, don't really have a problem with the raid because we don't really die a whole lot. So like we'll probably be able to knock it out, like an old PoE.
As long as it's not like Skullus, I'll be fine.
Yeah, as long as that's exactly my thought too. Like as long as it's not like Skolas, like cool.
I don't want to pass around a sickness while running in a clockwise circle. Like.
Another thing that I thought would be cool too is if you could like do the raid and then like at the end there's an option to continue, like go through another door, but when you first start Leviathan raid, the first one, you input some different numbers in the levers, and that's what makes another door open after you beat Callus, and then you can just continue and go do a raid layer after that. Like that would be really cool.
Or when
That'd be cool.
Or when you hit the end of Callus, since we know that this part is partially in the underbelly, when you fall down to go like get your chest or whatever, instead of you fall like once you get your chest, another hole opens up and you can fall down deeper and hit the next level.
Well, it's technically underneath the underbelly. So we can't really call it the underbelly anymore. It's more like the mid-belly.
So then
the engineering deck, as it were.
Yeah.
So think about, maybe I'm wrong. I'm probably wrong about Fallen, or not the Fallen, but the Hive being there. So what planet has it been currently munching on before we got up there?
Nessus.
And what's mainly on Nessus? The Vex.
So maybe we'll see Vex.
Yeah.
But it actually hasn't consumed any part of Nessus, though.
I thought it munched it a
No,
little.
it's consumed and broken up quite a bit of it.
Has it?
Yes. It's just that the parts that we go on aren't on that side of it. We're essentially the opposite side, which same goes for Mercury, of which the Almighty was consuming for energy. It even shows it on the director. We're essentially going to be going on the other side of that, as well as underneath the planet, inside of the planet.
Something I noticed on that line of thinking on the director when they pulled it up. You know how like almost everywhere you can choose to go kind of has a little circle around it, right? Somewhere that also had a circle around it was the Almighty, and that was interesting.
Well, that's because if you're playing through the story mission after D2 dropped, if you went to the Almighty during that mission, if you actually went back to orbit, you would see the Almighty in your director.
Oh, okay.
So you could actually reselect it and go back into that mission. Because when you're doing that on Earth, and then you transition to the Almighty, it's essentially taking you into a whole new mission without selecting it in the director. It just auto does it for you because it's part of that little bit of story.
So you thought maybe they were in between missions there?
Yeah, I think they purposely left the Almighty, unless they do that and add it because it's, outside of Mercury and you can see it while you're on Mercury. If they add it back in, but we know it's already in the director, so it would be easy for them to enable it to be there all the time.
Well, they also said that we're going to get the biggest world event that we've ever seen. I'm wondering if the public event. I'm wondering if they'll drop that on us, and maybe the Almighty will be the location for it.
No, because it was right there where they went through. They said that's where it happens.
Actually, I'm going to double down on the idea that they're going to let us choose strikes from the director like we used to in D1, and the Almighty is going to be a strike.
That'd be nice.
Well, I guess it's possible. And with the things they talked about in the Game Informer article, how the new strikes are more like extended stories instead of how we think of strikes as they are currently. So like they'll be tougher and they'll be kind of more fleshed out stories, because if you remember in D1, the strikes were part of the story, whereas they weren't in D2.
No, there's really
but
no
these
lore
these new ones look like they kind of are. The way that Game Informer talked about it is that they are actually, in fact, story missions, but are strikes.
Well, and that also brings up the point for me, at least. When he was in the directory, we saw the Eververse milestone and the Adventure milestone. So I'm wondering how those are going to play in as well. I mean, I'm not really too hyped about the Eververse one.
Well, I mean, you just get your first 3 Bright Engrams, for the week.
Well, that's it. That's unless they have a specific activity that guarantees you a Bright Engram.
I'd be okay with that. I mean, I'm kind of
that.
over grinding like public events hardcore for my first 3. Like, what if they gave you specific tasks or something like that, milestones? Yeah.
Discord, maybe we can
to get them.
Discord, maybe it will involve Fenchurch.
Ooh.
I don't think so.
What if you could temporarily work?
It's going a little far.
Well, no, because
what if you could temporarily work for them?
She sends you to go do a mission to find like a new ghost shell or something, some new shader or cosmetic or whatever. That I could see.
Materials, materials or something in exchange for Bright Engrams.
Because they have it. The only reason I bring up Fenchurch is because they have hinted towards that he is back in the solar system. Like he's back.
She won't shut up about Fenchurch. Like I'm sure
she never shuts up about him.
I just want to meet him. He sounds so hilarious.
Okay, you have met him. He's the old Fraggle Rock dude that you always see traveling around the world. Done. Called it. Go back and watch Fraggle Rock. You'll see Fenchurch. Easy peasy.
They need to drop the music then, because that's when it'll be real. Let the music play.
I mean, that's all I can think of when she talks about Fenchurch. Like, that's, to me, is Fenchurch.
That's fair. That's fair. He's insane.
Watch him be like a dog or something.
Oh, it's something absolutely ridiculous.
Like something unexpected.
Or he's gonna walk in wearing a tiger mask.
Or he's like another kind of sweeper bot. I don't know.
Well, we know he's an Awoken.
Okay, so he's definitely an Awoken.
And we know that his
what makes you think he's an Awoken?
It outright says in his Grimoire card that he's an Awoken.
Okay.
Enough said.
So,
and his ghost name is Neville.
I'll give you that one.
all right. So, that said,
we just gave Zack the homework to read the Grimoire cards. Hopefully, he comes back and can explain stuff to us. Well,
I won't be able to explain anything to you. You're going to correct me on everything I say.
Probably.
All right.
All right.
Your homework for next week is explain super good advice to me.
Super good advice. Oh my gosh.
Discord, can you explain super good advice to anybody? I hate.
I'm pretty sure. I forget whose ghost it was that they wanted to have a companion, so they kind of poured it into a weapon. I forget the name. It wasn't Kabir. It wasn't Pradeath. So it was the other one.
Oh my god! Who was it? I know who you're talking about too. I just can't remember. But that thing is insane.
He was like, he didn't want to be forgotten or like alone in time when he got stuck in the vault of glass. So he kind of like poured his ghost into this really cool machine gun.
That hates us.
Yeah. But
y'all hate on that weapon. That was a great weapon for Vogue.
Oh, it was really good.
It was really good, but it hated us.
At least until they fixed it.
Essentially, it was what it was like a Titan with Actium War Rig, but everyone had the gun and didn't need that Actium War Rig to use it.
Yep.
Bungie was like, "Hey, what would be a great idea? Take super good advice, separate what makes it great, make it a perk just for Titans, and make a machine gun or a submachine gun just for Titans, but everyone can use it."
You know what's funny is I wonder how many people have actually realized that like that's essentially super good advice's perk, just changed in the way it works, but it's essentially super good advice.
Yeah.
It makes every gun super good advice.
But it's only really super good advice for Titans.
Right. I think we've bored Zack enough.
I don't know what to say because
I thought I just heard his mind get blown.
I'm just letting you guys talk about it because it's really cool, but I don't have anything to add to the conversation because you guys know so much more than I do about this.
Maybe we're just reinvigorating him about Destiny 1, or perhaps like now he wants to play it. I don't know.
Oh well, I'm already in a showdown on Saturday.
No. That's just any old PvP. I'm talking about playing a game.
The thing Zack's thinking is, I never used super good advice. It was shit in PvP.
That's exactly right.
I saw that
garbage.
I sharded it because it didn't work good in PvP.
Yeah, Doi. That's exactly what I did. Every time I got one.
But I sure as kept Thorn.
It really actually wasn't bad.
I'll be honest. I was that guy. I was that guy running around.
Everyone was that guy.
Everyone was that guy. I mean, come on.
No. I was the Nova Bomb Warlock with Thorn and Fellwinter's Lie.
Bitch, please.
Oh my gosh. I still sit in the top 1% in the world for most kills in a single game.
Wow. Can you give me a printed list of people who care?
A printed list? I mean, I could fax you one. Would that work?
Of people who care?
I guess if you want to waste a piece of paper on 3 people.
I was gonna say, are you expecting a blank sheet of paper?
I mean, the cover sheet will
just
probably
saying
give me more
it was
information.
really broken, and I was that asshole.
All the kids right now that are listening are like, "What's a fax machine?"
Anyways, moving on. Next point on the TWAB this week. New Monarchy. We already kind of discussed the New Monarchy 1 Faction War. So go pick up your sword. All you loyal loyal fans.
Of course, it was going to win. A, because, well, I mean, A, possibly
The
because it
shotgun.
was rigged, and
The
B, because no one wants a grenade launcher.
Yeah, everybody
If-
wants a shotgun.
I'm telling you, if they gave Dead Orbit a gun or a sword as well, and it wasn't rigged, then it still would have been Dead Orbit.
And it wasn't rigged.
and it wasn't rigged.
It wasn't.
All right.
It wasn't the shotgun that caused New Monarchy to win. It was their shaders.
Shaders and the shotgun. I'm telling you, that shotgun is amazing. It's the only shotgun I use now.
Not all of the community has the same mindset as PvP players.
I know, I hate shotgun.
Or shotgun people.
Zack.
Okay. Anyways, moving on. Iron Banner's coming back, and I told you guys it would be the week of Thanksgiving. I told you. I called it.
But,
I know, but they didn't.
And
They didn't tell me why to care.
and
They
it
told me
doesn't
was
give
coming
me
back.
anything new.
Yeah, they didn't fix the loot system on it, so it's still token. I've already gotten my season 1 reward because I thought we were only getting one Iron Banner this season, so
Yep.
no reason for me to play Iron Banner.
Not
And
There
it's
might
not
be-
6s, so who cares?
There's going to be one more emblem that you can only get in season 1 that is going to be dropping with it that they data mined. But that's about
Yeah.
it.
Anyways,
And I also want to
just-
get
I called it the
that
week
one
when I
gun.
first talked about this. I called it that they would put it out the week of Thanksgiving.
What was that one gun that was coveted from the first one they had?
Was it? It wasn't the hand cannon.
No, it wasn't the
was
hand cannon. It was the auto.
rifle. Was
No, it was
pretty
the
good.
pulse. It was the pulse. It was
Yeah.
like the
Was it
cryptic
the pulse?
dragon.
Oh yeah, because the pulse is. Oh wait. You're talking. Okay. Never mind.
Yes, we're talking about D2, not D1.
Wait, you are talking about D2 because you said cryptic dragon.
You said
I said
it was
it was-
like
it was
the
Because
like the
cryptic
cryptic
it's
dragon.
like
Oh, like it.
Cryptic
Okay,
Dragon.
okay. It's Nightshade with no kill clip.
Sure. I don't know. I don't remember what it was. I just remember everyone wanted it, and everyone wanted to, and I didn't get it.
Anyways, so it's coming back. I called it, and PC Guardians are going to play Iron Banner. for the
Everyone
first
at
time.
home, clap
So-
for Zack.
Yes, yay!
He called it.
Send him. Actually, you know what? We can fix this 100%. Anybody who cares, send us an email.
Or send Zack tacos.
Ha! Funny. Very, very funny.
Listen, you open yourself up to it every time. You're like, guess what? I guessed it. Poor Zack.
Anyways, a couple of videos.
You know what's gonna happen.
Double XP's coming up November
Ooh,
17th.
clarion call. No, yeah, this
It's
weekend.
tomorrow.
Yeah. We're gonna get some super huge PvP news, and Zach's just gonna go off, and we're gonna be like,
I'm just going to
Fuck.
record that episode by myself because you guys don't want to listen to me because I'm just going to start ranting nonstop.
Thank you.
no,
Yeah.
it's okay, Discord, because system can take care of that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Anyways.
Actually, they didn't talk about the streams. I don't think they're going to be talking about PvP.
No,
they're going to talk about the maps.
yeah, if we're gonna get a quick thing on the maps, I think, and
Yeah, the maps, and I think that's also going to be tuned in with the armor and
I
the
think
weapons.
the only map that they're going to talk about is the PS exclusive.
Right.
Yep.
Probably, which is fine. Is whatever. It's December 5th, right around the corner. It's coming. So I'm not.
We've got
in too much of a
we've got the clarion call. We've got Iron Banner coming. Something else I wanted to just bring up that might be coming. Well, probably is coming. They also data mined a banner that has to do with you guiding someone through a trial of the game. So
I think
the
it's
game,
essentially refer a friend coming back.
yeah,
I don't know. It could also be like a trial of the game, maybe a mission or two, and you get a banner for helping someone who's on the trial of the game for having helped them through it, because apparently it tracks PvP, it tracks what do you call it, story missions or patrol. I don't know. It multi-tracks a couple things that will be available in this trial. So maybe it is a refer a friend, or maybe they're going to have a demo of the game because they don't have enough player base. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they'll give us all codes and say, "Hey, get your buddy to play using this code, and he can demo the game for a few days and do these missions, and you'll get this sweet emblem.
And then,
So they're turning us into salesmen. It's a triangle scheme.
Well, that's
And
what
then-
that's what the refer a friend exactly was. You told your friend to buy the game, he bought it. Told the website that you bought it because of your friend. You both got a code, and you got the refer a friend emblem and sword and sparrow and shade.
But in
You're
this
gonna get-
instance, it won't cost them anything to play the game as a demo
Right.
because you
get-
gave them a code. Okay.
until you get that extra reward because they bought the game after trying it out. This is what I'm assuming is probably going to end up happening.
Well, it could be interesting to wait and see.
Triangle scheme.
Yes. Well, only if
Well,
you had to do it for like 5 different people in order to get
Well,
it.
you also have
And
to
they
remember
do it for
that
5 different-
you also have to remember Christmas is around the corner. So
Mhm.
some people may not have pre-ordered the game or bought the game because they didn't have the funds, or their parents said no, and then they're just going to buy it for them for Christmas. So it's a way to say, oh, okay, well, Christmas is coming, so get your friend to play, and we'll give you a sweet gift too.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, it
it's
could be
smart,
that. It
it's
could also be a
cool,
way
it's
to
fun.
get people to play with each other by, linking them up means you're involved with each other in some way and promotes the friend game.
I swear to God, oh, you fucking said it.
I said it. I did just to piss you off. Promotes the friend game. Anyways, Cosmo had a kid this week, so
Congrats,
Uh,
Cosmo.
Yay, congrats.
So
I just-
A damage.
I
I follow like a bunch of people on Twitter, and I like how Deep Fried Dave was like immediately on it and was like, so you want to join a new clan then? You want to join DOD? I was like, damn Dave, like chill out. And Deej was like, he's already in a clan. Well, I mean, if you really want to call that a clan, I mean, there's like 6 members in TTL, so it's just funny. I was like, damn, Dave, chill out.
Dave, I love Dave. He was a really nice guy to meet.
I just thought of something. I mean, you guys probably won't care, but
What?
the Eververse milestone, could that be tied with the Dawning?
Possibly.
Maybe.
I did forget about the Dawning, so it's possible.
I'm still anticipating if we're going to get SRL and some sort of space combat, or space combat's not going to happen.
No, space combat won't happen.
I don't know. They found vocals recorded for it, but I don't know if that means anything.
They did, and then they cut it, I thought.
We don't know if they cut it. It's still in the game. It's just they said that it was not, I guess.
No one shot it down.
No one really knows.
No one really acknowledged it on
Outside of
the
Bungie.
official side.
Anyways, so that does it for the TWAB this week. So nothing crazy. The stream was good, but outside of that, there's not a whole lot to talk about that we didn't really expect. So what else do you guys want to talk about?
And we could talk about the Warframe I've been playing all week.
So
Nah.
what, since the drop of the open world release?
No, I was playing it a few days before that with War.
Oh, really?
Yeah, teaching him the ropes and getting him, through missions.
I know
and
like nothing about it.
teaching him how to go, about the game itself. And then, the Plains open world thing dropped 2
Plains
days
Badalon.
ago. Yeah, and it's pretty good actually. It's really, really like the map is huge. Like it's 5 square kilometers, and it takes a minute to get through. And there's like bounties and stuff you can do each day.
Really?
And like you can go fishing. So like you could spend like a shit ton of time just fishing. It's really silly. Like it's pretty cool though. Or you can just roam around and kill stuff. There is a quest.
Yeah, it's such a big update that like they're jokingly referring to it as Warframe 2.
Yeah, and they just got nominated for Game of the Year as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's pretty big and it's
Yeah.
free.
Via and I have been playing a little bit here and there. She was very upset because evidently the frame that she chose first is not the best.
Yeah, that was after
Wah, wah,
talking to
wah.
me
Yeah.
on your account.
Well, because she didn't have, what was it? She didn't have her phone. Her phone was
Her
dead.
phone was dead,
There's
and
something
she
like that.
failed to tell me that it was her off the get-go. And then she's like, "Oh, I just assumed you'd know." How the hell am I supposed to know it was her?
I told her to tell you.
Well, she failed to do that.
What are you doing, dude?
He's
making
giving you homework so you
homework.
can learn and understand the game that you play.
Oh God.
Oh my gosh. Actually, that's actually pretty cool.
You should
Okay.
probably send him the Bife link for the whole recap of Destiny.
I already watched it. Shut
I
up.
think you should really actually send him Myelin Games videos. Those don't go off such spinfoil as much.
That's true.
Here,
Bife
I'm just
puts a
sharing.
lot of his own
Flair.
I
thoughts
will
in
say
it.
I really, really like. I know I'm sure there's a crap ton of spin foil in it, but the Bife video on Saint 14, I really liked.
Yeah, that was
He does
pretty
good
cool.
work. He
Yeah.
does good work.
Yeah, it was really good. Enjoyed that one. It's a really cool freaking story.
But yeah. Oh, you wanted to bring up the whole hand cannon animation as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, it
I am
theoretically they're all changing, or just the new ones are different with the different animation. I think it's good. It might actually be a good thing overall because it may mean that they're removing Bloom from the hand. It may be a good way for them to be able to
Yes.
remove Bloom, because if they
Please.
kick
Oh, please.
straight back like that, you don't get that kick back animation, which is probably a big part of why there's so much Bloom on console.
Mm.
And so with that straight back kick, it theoretically could mean a lot less malfunctions with hand cannon.
In theory, fingers crossed.
In theory,
crossed that
yeah.
the
I mean,
will be better.
hoping so, yes. And if that's how they fix Bloom, I'll take the few weeks of my hand cannon shots being really jacked up, trying to learn how to deal with that instead. I'll take that for an overall better experience in the end. And
You'll pick it up in a day.
probably I do like my future war called hand cannon.
Yeah, I mean, you'll pick it up in a day because if you're used to shooting sidearms on target, you're gonna pick it up no problem.
I haven't used a
It's just a
sidearm
different
in
pace.
months.
Did you shoot a wormwood in D1?
No, I had my Iron Wreath D.
Okay, you have your Iron Wreath. Excuse me, that's what I used before I had a wormwood. But yes, you'll be fine. It's really not that bad.
Wow, Discord is going to town.
Did you just share the PlayStation 4 wiki?
What?
You
In the
did.
world? I think you messed up on that one.
Who cares? You should probably read it anyway.
You should probably read all of it.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyways, guys. Anything else this week?
No, I think that covers it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
Cool.
think we have.
Well,
I don't think we have anything coming up. Well, no, yeah, system. We're going to be streaming the Destiny 2 thing from DoD West Side again, right?
The next stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll host it again for sure.
Yay for hosting.
Yeah, it was nice because then we don't have to deal with the Bungie chat, which is fairly toxic overall.
And ridiculous.
And there's,
you can't try to read anything in the comments.
Yeah,
section.
you can't
It's
try to read
nonstop.
anything. So it's kind of nice for a place for us to host it for our clan, so they don't have to deal with that chat. They can come to our chat and watch it. And it was kind of nice for us to be able to sit there and talk about it and have a nice chill place to talk about it as it's going on.
Agreed. So, anywho, with that, I think we'll call that an episode. So, appreciate you guys getting on.